The first question many Sidecar developers ask when they start thinking about deploying changes with Sidecar is how to track item changes. The deal is you cannot simply deploy the updated site from version control system because production side also holds content items being constantly edited by content editors and you need to merge it. This is where Sidecar Courier comes into the game. As you know, out of the box, Sidecar provides a way for managing content items, which is called serialization. This feature basically allows you to flush current item state to the file, saving the information about its fields, versions, and languages. You can serialize any content item, media, or even security entities such as roles and users. Just like you don't put every file into version control, you should carefully think about the items you're going to serialize. The rule is really simple. Just serialize everything you've created or changed and want to be deployed to the test, production, or any other Sidecar instance. This usually includes all custom templates, sample media, and content items. As a rule, items created by content authors are not serialized, as this might cause merge issue during the installation process. The Sidecar Courier module is an open source tool that analyzes difference in serialization between the two folders and then generates a package which contains added, modified, or removed items. This is a great time saver as you don't have to maintain a list of items that need to be packaged, it's all in serialization anyway. The module is using Sidecar Update library, which is shipped with Sidecar and is used internally to create update packages between the different versions of Sidecar CMS. So here is how the magic happens. Let's say you have content tree on the left at your development machine and the one on the right at production. The module will note all the changes such as renaming items, adding new node called CSS, and then produce a package that can be installed at your test or production website. There are basically two ways of using Sidecar Courier. The first one is to generate packages without specifying source folder attribute. In this case, the module will build the package with item added commands only. The second one is to keep track of your previous releases in the version control system, for example using tags, and then generate lightweight differential packages that can be installed almost instantly. You can easily customize the module to fit your needs. If you want some particular items or templates to be excluded from the package, you can write custom.NET logic which will decide what should be excluded. Also, you can set up the module to run your code after the installation is complete. For example, you can send notifications or upgrade existing content items, etc. So let's summarize what we've learned. First of all, Sidecar has an efficient way to manage content items, which is called serialization. You can serialize the whole content tree or just the particular items. Sidecar Courier module will package serialized items and get them ready for deployment. And finally, you can customize packaging and deployment using filters and post-installation steps. Okay, so let's get to the demo to see it all in action. Let's take a brief look at how the serialized item looks like. First of all, you can notice that it's not JSON or XML, it's custom formatting, so it's not that easy to read the data from this item. But luckily we have Sidecar APIs which allow you to load and serialize items if needed, so it's not a big problem. Also, the most important thing to note here is that if you change some field's value, for example like this, I remove one character, you should also change the content length property as well, because otherwise Sidecar will not be able to load this property during the serialization process. And again, if you add some characters over here, like 2, you should increase the value of this property. The next step is building our first package. You can run Sidecar Courier from command line or your build script. In this demo, I will use PowerShell console to run it. So here is how you can do it. I have a few folders over here. Here is my content folder. It's actually target folder over here. I also have output folder, which will contain generated package. Now it's empty. And the last one, I have my source folder,
over here, which is also empty. So basically what I want to achieve is to create a package which will contain just one item, because I didn't have any items before. My source folder is empty and I have just one item in my target folder. So I will type the following to the console. Here is the name of the Sitecore Courier executable, and I pass a few parameters to it. The first one is source folder, then the target folder, and the last one is output file. It can have any extension, but in order to install it in Sitecore, it needs to be .update. So let's review what you've got in our output folder. You can open this package with your favorite archive manager. It's a standard zip archive. What you can see here is that we've got added items folder in this package, and it contains information about the item which will be added to Sitecore. During the installation, it will install this item, and if it already exists, it will just overwrite one. If you take a look at Sitecore update library in .pig over here, you might notice that there is a lot more to explore. For example, what you can do is you can create some custom filters. You can also add some installation messages, and it's just a lot of stuff. So what we will do is create our custom filter. It should be fairly easy. For example, it will filter our home item and deny any items whose name starts with home. Well, let's see how it works. Okay, so we will start in Visual Studio, creating our class library for our filter. Let's name it Sitecore Courier filters. And what we will need to do, the first thing is to add the references to the Sitecore update library, and also Sitecore kernel library, since we're going to work as items. We want to filter items. It's not needed if we want just to filter some files. Let's name it my item filter. It should implement iCommandFilter interface. There will be two methods, and for the clone method you can just return simple member-wise clone. Just don't forget to cast it to the right type. Okay, and for the filter command method we will do the following. We will check if our command is actually add item command, and if yes, let's just add another variable for convenience. Okay. And if yes, we will check if added item of our command, its name, whether it contains the word home. If yes, we will just return nothing. We will filter this item, we'll return null. And in all other cases, we will return the command without any changes. Okay, that's it. It compiles. So the next thing we should do is we should get to our Sitecore Courier folder, then copy our assembly to the same folder as our Sitecore Courier runner, and also modify config file to add another filter under the one which already exists. It will be item command filter, my item filter here. Okay, Sitecore Courier.filters,
And don't forget to change the assembly as well. Okay, that's it. Now we can close it. And what we also have here is our output folder and the PowerShell script, which will run Sitecore Courier, providing the same parameters as before: source target and output folders. Let's run it. Get to the output folder with 7-zip, and what you can see here, there is no more edit items folder, just edit folders, and we can see that our command was successfully filtered. That's it for this module. Thank you for your attention.